How do you make your mood better, besides the interior design and the colors?
I paint.
Oh, that's our school. Amazing. Yeah.
I'm very, very self-confident and self-aware. Like I love being myself.
I actually was given some money to buy an autograph of Salvador Dali.
Wow.
It's in my business office. Okay, one question, very, very personal, provocational. Do you allow kids to draw on the walls?
No. But
Okay, interview is finished. See you.
look at me, I'm so amazing.
I am always so amazed about how quickly my dreams are coming true. I always told you I dream to go to a hotel or a beautiful house, and there's a neurographic picture within that hotel. And when I was asked whether I would like to have an interview with a wonderful interior designer, of course, immediately I said, yes, I want it, because I would like to find out how interior designers see the creative part that they bring into the life of the people. Is it possible to use neurographics in interior design? And I would like to introduce you Jennifer Black, such a beautiful woman, an influencer, an entrepreneur, and company owner for design interiors. And she's so beautiful. I'm so happy to have you today. Hello.
Oh, thank you so much, Anastasia. It's amazing to be here. I'm so intrigued about what you do, and of course I can definitely see a way that you can use it within interiors. I love colour. I'm all about colour and positivity. It makes you happy, and yeah, I think I'm looking forward to getting started to see what we create.
You know, from the beginning of the video, I would like to note that your higher education is one of the best ones in the world. You went to London School of Art, right?
Yes, so I started off at London College of Fashion, and I experimented with embroidery for women's wear. So I used to love, when I grew up as a child, my grandparents introduced me to lots of handcrafts, and that's what made me want to go into embroidery. So I was super lucky to go to London College of Fashion, and I experimented with embroidery for women's wear there. And then I went on to Central St. Martin's, where I specialized in print for women's wear. And then I combined both of the embroidery with the print. Yeah, it was an amazing time for me because I got to experiment, got to make mistakes in my craft. It gave me the confidence to be me and not to be scared of expressing myself, you know, like with my color and yeah, it was a dream actually.
You know, I follow the fashion not really thoroughly, but even I know that this is a very famous school of art in London. And people who went to that school are very, very fond of themselves, at least the ones that live in Russia, you know. They consider themselves to be kings of fashion. So I would really like to see what Jennifer will draw. I'm so excited to see her drawing, how she will do the neurographics and the color. A professional artist. Amazing. Let's start.
Amazing. Let's start.
Before we begin, I will advise you on the following. I will tell you about what neurographics is and how it works. There are certain rules how you draw, and once we start drawing, we will go ahead with the interview further. Neurographics is a scientific method. It's not an esoterical method. It's definitely art. However, you need to know certain things about it. It's an aesthetic method to tell your subconscious mind certain meanings. 90% of the time, we make the same decisions over and over, not even thinking about it. You don't think about how you move your feet when you walk, right? You don't think about how should I breathe. No, we do a lot of decisions just in a very routinely way. So whenever we want to change something, our brain tries to protect us from that. And it's very difficult to do something otherwise. But with the help of drawing, we are creating new neurons in our head that help us make new different decisions. Due to the motor skills, we tell our subconscious mind a certain idea a certain meaning, like we're sending a text to our subconscious mind, you know. And there is a doctor in Russia. His name is Pavel Piskarov. He's a scientist and he's also an artist and he's also a psychologist. He works with Carl Jung's philosophy and especially talks about the book The Man and the Symbols, and he talks about the fact that people could draw before they could write. They would, you know, paint pictures in the caves, on certain wooden surfaces. Even kids, when they're born, you know, they start drawing before they're even talking. They just, you know, draw around. It's a very natural thing for us to draw. Thanks to their drawing, we can work through certain experiences. We can find a certain goal that we want to achieve and work with it, even though we cannot find a way to approach it for now. Maybe it's a material goal, maybe it's a spiritual goal, any goal. You can increase your income, you can change your habits. For example, I lost a lot of weight and I've been in the same weight for a very long time thanks to Neurographics. We can change the amount of followers on Instagram. You can think of an award that you want to receive. You can meet a special person, very interesting person. Any idea that you want to achieve but you haven't, any goal, you can achieve that. What would you like to achieve as a goal? We will have to speak it out. It's a public measurable goal. And in some time you'll tell me, Nastya, I made it. Amazing. My goal has been achieved. And it has to be something measurable, you know. Because, you know, if we draw, we can find that out. Maybe your dream or something.
Yeah, I can totally understand what you're saying. I manifest my dreams through the power of my mind. One of the most recent things was Jungle Bungalow, a new concept, and I made it happen, you know. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what I can create with my mind and my hands through my art. So yeah, it's very interesting.
We need to come up with a goal, something that you would like to achieve. Let's check how it works, how infographic works. Let's think of something measurable that you want to achieve. Maybe a number of followers or amount of orders that you want to receive, or maybe a number of houses that you make an amazing design for, maybe a show you want to be on, something that is of interest to you. What can it be that we will draw? We'll draw for this goal for about 1.5 hours for this goal only. All your creative energy would go there.
Amazing. Sounds great. I already know what I'm, you know, manifesting in my head. So yeah. You want me to? Would you like me to tell you what?
Yes, please. We will need to say it out loud because we will be writing out certain words connected to your goal. If that's a goal that is private, maybe you can think of a word that would represent your goal that nobody else would understand.
No, I mean, I'm happy to tell you what my goal is. I mean, I've been working on my brand, Wear the House, for so many years now. It's our life, it's my family's life. I want to see Wear the House grow globally. Obviously, I want to increase my sales and my brand awareness. And this is kind of what I have been working towards the whole of my life, you know, since I was a little girl and I was sewing with my grandmother, and now I'm sat here and realizing from my journey what I can achieve through the positive mindset, and yeah, just making your dreams happen, you know.
That's amazing, because we have very similar goals, actually. I have just opened a company which is called For Magic Global, because in Russia I have a huge company and I'm one of the most famous instructors in Russia for Neurographics. However, I would like to make this company global, and I see that our goals are very similar. Let's write it down the following. Let's put it as the world. The world, yeah? So you write it in English, I will write it in Russian, and we will make a special exercise for our neurons to be awoken. When we write a certain neuron, our brain thinks of it and the neurons are awoken. I have seen a video how it works. It's amazing. It's literally like a star and two little neurons, two little stars, and a little connection between them. So what we're doing is we are awaking these neurons that have to do with this topic. So within the topic of the world, you have to write a number of words. So you'll have 2 minutes. It will be free writing, and you just write anything that is connected for you to this topic, to your work. Maybe it's orders, media, publicity, sales growth, awards, everything that has to do with your goal. Think of the whole picture. What will happen then? Yeah, all the words that are connected. Thank you. Let's go ahead. All right, 2 minutes are up. I will show you, my dear friends, by the way, if you would like to draw neurographics today with us, the globalization for your business, the scaling, I think that there's a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of creative people are watching us. We suggest that you would pause the interview and follow the link in the bio that you can have a look of how you can draw neurographics with us together. So just have a look at this very quick video and join us back to draw together with us. Okay, we will still keep our lists of the words because we will be drawing a number of circles and look at the words as well. This is a very powerful algorithm that we will be using. I think you will be able to do that. We will also be drawing big triangles, but I think you're ready for this. You're ready for growth. So choose 5 words out of your list, the ones that you want to focus on for your goal, which are the most important words, and draw 5 circles. These 5 circles can be in any part of the page, and the size matters. You know, the more important the word is, the bigger the circle. For example, I draw a circle over here, and this circle means the world draws with me. Another word, 1 billion people. I would really like every 7th person to know about neurographics. Not necessarily draw with me, but at least know what neurographics is. For example, okay, I have a video that has 1 billion views. That would be great. That means that it is happening. Yeah, people have seen it. So the 3rd circle can be, I would like to have 100 million subscribers. I don't know how I'll achieve that. It's a goal. It's a goal I don't understand how I will achieve, but I am talking to my subconscious mind. Help me. 2 more. I want this to be useful for people. And the last circle, I want it to be easy and fast. I want it to happen naturally. All right, so you're using the canvas now. And you put the circles in the way that you want. Don't look at how I've done it. You can arrange it in any way you like. It's your drawing. And when you're drawing it, just think about it. This is the circle for this part of my goal. You're assigning the circle. If you want, it can be more circles too. It doesn't have to be like 5. Up to you. And now, if we were to just use this drawing and that's it, you would be, slowly approaching your goal. But what we do is we give it a big, huge triangle. It should cover all the circles. That's preferable. If not all of them are in, it's not so good, yeah. All right, I can tell you straight away what it means. You see how different our drawings are. There is a large space till the end of the paper here. For me, that means that it's like a metaphoric card, that you are far away from the regular world, You are above this world. I'm materialistic and you are up above in the clouds, yes. Everything
on another planet.
Exactly, yeah. So what we do before we start our conversation, we add those lines that I've shown you, yeah? It's up to you how many lines you want to do and the way they go. It doesn't matter, you're an artist, go ahead with this. They can start from different areas of the paper onto different areas of the paper. What a beautiful line, amazing. It sounds like you're drawing it for so long. And not many people understand how it works. Wonderful, this is amazing. Pavel Peskarev would have been very proud of you, the author of this method. It's a beautiful line. For a newbie, it's amazing. So now, also, I'll tell you something about it. You see, you don't want to interfere with the circle, huh? It's you're avoiding it. You don't want to think about it. I don't know what these circles mean for you. You didn't tell me, but you don't want to. You're avoiding them. If you do want for the circles to be part of your life, please integrate your lines with the circle. As an artist, you would like to do differently for sure, but if we're talking about, working with the subconscious mind, it's better to move them through circles. That is perfect. So more lines, yeah, maybe 2 or 3, and let's start the rounding and the chat. So what we do is we do the rounding here and there, yeah, over here. All of these, we have to do the rounding like I've shown you. And we'll start the chat about you, about your wonderful business. Please tell me, were you different from the childhood? You are so different. You are very creative. You are very, very original. You never repeat other people. You are very unique. Has it been like that for you since childhood, or did you come to that with education?
Yeah, as a child, I was a very different child. I was always very, very creative, and a lot of my teachers didn't quite understand how my brain kind of worked and functioned. And I did kind of...
Sorry, I have to stop you. The rounding here should be like this, yeah? So we have the intersection here, and we do the rounding like this. We do not finish the circle here.
Okay.
Yeah. Please, sorry I interrupted you, but your teachers, yeah, you didn't have, a good understanding with them?
So I think I was always very much a creative and less academic, and I was never really interested in doing anything other than the creative side. I just always knew what I wanted to do as a child. I expressed myself differently, and not everybody, understood it. But I was lucky that I had parents that could see where I wanted to be, how to support me, and really helped me get to the places that I needed to get to, I've always loved art, I've always loved creating and expressing myself. I've never really conformed to any particular style. I've always done what I've wanted to do, and never been scared of it.
Have you ever encountered a situation when somebody told you, that's, not serious, design, creativity, what is that, You have to have something stable. It's a big problem in Russia, by the way. Parents tell their kids, please become a lawyer, an economist, a doctor, and from there you can, do whatever. Did you have something like that in your life as well, or were your family all right with your choices?
I think I was lucky. My parents were never pushy in terms of, they always supported me. My grandfather was an artist and an architect, and I think that really helped me and my parents understand that actually you can be in design and still be really successful, and have an amazing career. And I don't think anything is easy anymore, like even being a lawyer, you have to work super hard and work your way up. It's the same, with, art, it's all about connections, working hard, perfecting your craft. It's not really any different, really. I don't see it as a less important subject.
Yeah, in terms of creating new ideas, there's a joke, it's very difficult to make music. There are only 7 notes, So coming up with new ideas in design must be so difficult, huh? Whether it's packaging, whether it's an apartment, whether it's clothes, it's very, very difficult because everything has been created already 1,000 times. There were all the shows show the same. Is it difficult for you to find new stuff, new creative ideas?
I think for me, I've had a lot of time to experiment. I've been creating since I was very young. So I'm not scared to push myself creatively and think outside the box. And I think that I do have a different way of thinking, and I'm confident that my designs are unique, and I feel like I have what it takes to really grow my brand. And yeah, I'm very focused, and I feel like I know where I'm going. So I'm not scared to create new things, come up with new ideas. I mean, I create all the time. It's just part of who I am, It's like putting together an outfit in the morning. It's almost like an addiction for me. If I'm not creating, then I'm not happy.
Who of the famous people did you work with? Please tell me about your collaborations. Which one was your favorite, most interesting one? You were the one impressed you the most? Maybe some interesting emotional stories?
So basically, we had opportunity in New York where Gem Rugs went down the runway for a fashion brand, a very cool fashion brand called the Blondes, New York. When we were preparing for this trip, just the night before we flew, and she's been my icon for a very long time. We're actually the same age, and I feel like I've grown up with her. As I was preparing for the trip, I checked my Instagram and I see that Paris Hilton liked a couple of my posts and hearted them, and I could not believe it because she's such an inspiration for me. I think she's the ultimate boss babe. She works so hard, and just for her to acknowledge what we were doing was just honestly so amazing, and I couldn't believe it. We decided to contact her on the back of her messaging us, and I didn't think that she would she would contact back. And I basically said quite a few of the products that I designed, I had her in mind when I designed them, particularly the heart rug. that we produce. When I designed that, I was thinking of her. So we got in touch and she messaged back, which was amazing. And she said that her executive assistant at the time got in touch with us and said that Paris wants to order some of your rugs, but she wants to customize them. So we were all very, very excited. Paris customized with her slogans, House of Sliving, that's hot. And honestly, it was such a dream. I couldn't believe it was happening. She's so supportive. I mean, we're a relatively small brand that's growing. For somebody like her to acknowledge us and to be so kind and share, actually, I'm so taken back with her. She has such a kind heart.
That's, I can imagine a person of that scale using your goods and using your services. That's amazing. Was it a nice feeling, or was it, the acknowledgement of such a person means something to you? What was it?
Oh, it was an unbelievable, like I said, I have followed Paris most of her career. For her to acknowledge the brand, it was an amazing feeling. And to this day, I'm so thankful to her because she always shares whenever she has a chance, and she's super busy, but she's got a very kind heart. She shares when she has the time and the opportunity. And for us, this means so much to our brand. Yeah, I'll always be so thankful.
While we're drawing, let's manifest it straight away. Who of the famous people would you like to work with?
Oh gosh, that's a really very good question. Who else would I like to work with? There's lots of artists we would love to collaborate with as well. I love an artist called Ashley Longshore. She is super funny. I don't like to be too serious in life. I love colour and I love being able to express myself. And I always feel like there's never really any rules. I just want to create the things that I want to create, and she makes me laugh. I think humour is a very important thing in art. I would love to,
Have you ever studied in the university? Have you ever studied the meaning of colors within interior design, within the clothes, and how that reflects the psychological state of a person?
I've never really studied that, no, but I can see that you can read a lot from the way you create. Something that interests me for sure, and I would love to learn more about it.
But what do you think? I will talk about the colors. There is a Chinese philosophy that says, as a Chinese philosophy, it's a very old philosophy about 1,000 years ago. About 1,000 years, every color is connected to a certain state, like water, fire, air. Have you ever noticed that depending on what you wear, you have different moods?
Yeah, absolutely. You have dopamine dressing, which is all about dressing to make you happy. When I'm happy with my outfit and I love what I'm wearing, then it sets me up for the day, it changes my mood. And that's what we're trying to do within interior design, is creating happy spaces is what we do. Because if you think about it, your day starts in the home. If you don't start off in a happy mood, your whole day, it impacts your whole day. So that's why I'm so drawn to colour, because it makes me happy. And I'm particularly drawn to the colour pink. And I can't tell you why. Well, I can tell you why, because I just love it. But
I'll tell you why.
I can't control my love of it. It just happens. I'm drawn to it.
How would you decipher the pink in Chinese philosophy? I'll tell you, it's a color of fire, because the red and the pink, it all means fire. It's passion, it's love, it's being truly interested in something. So when I hear that you like pink, it means that you're truly interested in life. You are really on fire with the interest to life. And that's how you manifest it. You are really comfortable with it, you are wearing it. And also it's also extraordinary sexuality as well. The pink and the red, whenever you see a girl entering a room and she's wearing red or pink, everybody looks at her. You can definitely tell that, right? If you are wearing just black, nobody notices you. Like you're entering a restaurant, for example. If you're wearing red or pink, everybody would look at you. The men and the women, for sure, 100%.
Yeah, and I notice this a lot because I find that people talk to me, they stop me, you know, people just want to just be a comment to say, oh, I love the color of your hair.
The hair, right.
But people just talk to me, and I just love that. I want to be somebody that, and the same for my brand. We're an approachable company, you know, we're all about positivity and happiness.
It's quite interesting. I have never seen interiors like that in Russia, you know. I would really like to enter a room that you have created, the one which is all pinky pink, you know. And many people make a mistake of creating interiors that really interfere with their mind for years, because you know you can change your clothes in a second, but changing the color of your walls or the sofas or etc., it's difficult. You know, people wouldn't do it overnight, and they may be just trapped in the color that they have chosen for the interior. Pink, for example, when it's used in the interior design, will definitely bring up the sexuality and interest in a couple in a relationship. If the red light district is red for a reason. And definitely your interiors definitely work with the subconscious mind to bring up the interest to life, the interest to yourself. Red and pink is the perfect color for people who are depressed and the ones that are not interested in life. They really should use more of those colors. Blue in the interior design, if you're doing blue in your interior design, in the bedroom especially, you are using blue curtains, blue pillows on your sofa, and blue bedroom will never have any sex in that bedroom, you know. It's very peaceful. It's very wise. It's, it's something that okay, we're done. Yeah, that's it. I'm just meditating here and totally zen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see, I can see red as being a very kind of sexual color, but I don't see that with pink, actually. I see a lot of warmth, but yeah, I mean, I do see love, but I feel like I see it in more of a subtle way, maybe, or a calming way.
Well, in any case, it's a very interesting idea to study the theory of color and how it affects us. Scientists have proven, actually, that we are more happy when we see aesthetically pleasing picture. When we see a mountain, when we see the sea, when we see the dawn, the dusk, people overpay for a view in their hotels for a reason. We feel happier when we see beauty. The things that we see every day, our house, our office, our room, in the apartment or wherever, it really creates our inner happiness, satisfaction, or vice versa, depresses us.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly why we do what we do, and we've created a concept called Jungle Bungalow, and it's all about collaborating with artists. It's a super positive space. Feels you can't help but be happy. I think when I wake up in the morning and I walk into my interiors and I have art everywhere, I just get this sense of comfort. I think it's quite stressful nowadays when life is stressful. But I think the one thing you can control is your environment, how you make home, happy. We're all about creating your happy place. And that's honestly our driving force for Wear the House.
And which actions do you do when you're sad? What do you do when you're sad? How do you heal? How do you make your mood better, besides the interior design and the colors?
I paint.
Oh, that's our school. Amazing. Yeah, the girl is our tribe. Drawing is amazing.
I paint, yeah. I think there's something about the brushstroke on the paper, how it's calming. You can just cut yourself off for a little bit because all that matters at that moment of time is you and your art or what you're doing. You kind of like, you're distracted. I mean, we're so distracted with social media and our lives are busier than ever before, but you know, you take that one moment, just you and the canvas and the paintbrush, and you create. I just think it's a wonderful thing to do. Even if you don't think that you're particularly good at art, I would always recommend that you do it. Or even if you paint a wall, I also love painting and decorating, and even just painting a wall a bright color uplifts your mood.
Yeah, that's true. I actually remember a story. I was a teenager then, and you know, I come from a poor family, and in one room we were doing the renovation. Of course, there was no money to, you know, hire the workers. We needed to paint the walls, you know, to even the walls too. So my mom got the stucco, and she wanted to find some worker who would do it, because you know she didn't know how to do it herself. And I tried it, and you know I woke up in 6 hours because I did the whole wall in one go, and I couldn't stop. It was literally like a meditation. I just was doing that stucco and doing the stucco and doing the stucco, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it is. I totally agree, and I'm the same. You know, like once I start painting, it's hard to put my paintbrush down, you know. It's very, 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 very calming. I recommend everyone to do it, you know.
What do you do with your drawings, your paintings? Do you draw on a canvas, on paper? What do you collect them, or do you put them in your interiors for the houses that you designed? What happens to your art?
All of my prints that I design for Wear the House all start as pieces of art themselves. Once I've painted, I scan them. I then scan them into Photoshop, and I manipulate them, put them into repeats and combine them with other paintings. And yeah, this is how we create all of our patterns. And then they applied to textiles, so whether it's printed cushion or a tablecloth, everything starts with art.
Have you ever had exhibitions? Would you like to have one?
I would love to have an exhibition, yeah, absolutely. We have exhibited rugs, our art collaborations. I would still eventually like to do a big show. I have dreams of exhibiting my work, but at the moment we're focusing on the brand, growing the e-commerce side. But eventually I hope to have the opportunity to exhibit my textiles for sure.
You've mentioned that you're mostly focused on development. You're so creative, you're in the air, but you know, entrepreneurs have to be rough, they have to be boring, they have to be routine-like. They are all about the numbers. Do you have a special person to do that, you know, the boring stuff? Or is that you?
Yeah.
How does it work for you? You know, how do creatives do that? Who does the work in the company, the actual work, you know, the development? Or do you like that yourself? You know, maybe you do the social networks, do you do your accounting?
That's a really good question. I'm not a numbers person. I mean, it's not I can appreciate it. I have to understand it, obviously, because, you know, I'm running an e-commerce business. But sometimes I find it kills my creativity. It stresses me out a little bit. So one of our partners of Wear the House manages all of the costings, the financial side. Yeah, I mean, one of my beliefs is always to surround yourself and find yourself the best people in their industries that can only make you even better. Yeah, he's amazing. He takes all the things that I need not to do, because otherwise I can't be creative. And that's super important. You need to surround yourselves with people that are going to help you grow and help your brand. And that's exactly what he does. And then also husband is part of the business, and he's gets involved with, new business opportunities, operations. Yeah, I feel like we have a really strong team and we all do different things, but the best thing is that I get to be creative, which is the most important thing.
So they protect you from the routine, right?
Yeah,
so
they
that you can stay creative.
They are. Yeah, I mean, they see the benefit of me not getting involved in certain things, because they know that for our brand to move forward, the creativity is the core of the brand. So if that's not developing and moving on, then we're not going to move. I'm very thankful for them, and we make a great team.
As far as I understand, you are very creative since childhood. You're creating all the time. Have you ever had a burnout when you said that that's it, done? I want to have some rest. I really want to just, I don't know, go to the beach, read a book, go somewhere and just not do it for a month or half a year.
There's a really good saying that creatives should sometimes do nothing, which means you should just stop and take time out. That's what I do. I sometimes, when I stop, which is not very often, but when I do, I come up with some of the best ideas, and you just have that light bulb moment that, what a great idea, but that's because creatives have to stop. You have to have quiet moments because it's important.
What would you do then? Do you go to the beach, just, take a bath, read? What's your way to recover?
Yeah, I love baths, actually. Sometimes, I will take a bath in the middle of the day just so that I stop what I'm doing and have time to think. I love the beach. I'm a water sign, so I love water. I love the beach. Completely relaxes me.
And now I am thinking about a bath filled with pink water.
Yeah, actually it is. This morning I had a bath and it was pink because of my dye. So it was pink.
And, from your hair, that's so funny.
Yeah.
There's a saying that people who color their hair super bright, pink, blue, green, they come from another planet. And to show to people that they are different, that's what they do. They look so different. I look like a human, but actually I'm alien.
Yeah, I've just always expressed myself. I've never really, worried about, oh no, what's that person think? I've got pink hair, or I'm wearing like a ridiculous outfit, or a big, huge, oversized necklace, or a big bow in my hair. I'm very, very self-confident and self-aware. Like I love being myself, and that's not in a ego way or like, look at me, I'm so amazing. It's just, I just love being able to create, and I think it's actually one of the most amazing things that you can be given is a creative talent, because it just makes me so happy, I'm just at my happiest, and I feel like I pass it on to my children as well in the home. Our home is, maybe one day you will come and visit. I'd love to show you our interiors and introduce you.
I would love to, absolutely. Okay, one question, very, very personal and provocational. Do you allow kids to draw on the walls?
But
Okay, interview's finished. See you.
No, my kids actually, I'm very lucky. My kids have never drawn on anything. They've always appreciated, because ever since they were young, they've always been surrounded by colour, art, ornaments, because I love porcelain. I'm a bit like a grandma. I love vintage shops and I collect plates, and my house is full of weird and wonderful things. But my kids have never, they're not interested in it. They love their toys and they love playing, so they just embrace the house really. They're very kind to it. They don't mess it up or anything like that.
We should really give you a gift, like a porcelain set. In the 80s in Russia, it was very popular to collect porcelain sets for food, for
Yeah.
drinks. I will find that and I'll send it to you. I really would like to give you one from Russia.
Oh, amazing. I'd love that.
Our grandmas were so into that, the porcelain sets,
Yeah,
that
mine too.
that nobody was allowed to eat from those. They were only in the cupboard. You could only watch them, their beauty. You could only look at them, nothing else. You could not touch them. And it was always, they were inherited. So whenever you were to get married, the grandma would give that porcelain set to you as a gift with, flowers and everything. Very, very special, but you'll understand as a designer for sure. Now, our generation is, it's like a protest. We are using the best porcelain sets every day. It's not to look at, it's to use. And, whenever a delivery comes, if they bring it in cardboard boxes, I am so annoyed if my husband uses it right out of the cardboard box. I always set it in a nice porcelain set as well. Porcelain sets, it's a thing now. At least Russians are totally obsessed with that. What do you think? Different countries have different approach to design? Of course, Asia might be different from Europe and from US. Which one is your most close country in terms of the design? Maybe you're inspired by a country in terms of design. Where do you feel yourself most comfortable in that sense?
I like to think that in terms of our design, it's suited to a lot of different countries. It's not particularly based on or should be for just one. I kind of see our interiors are for everybody. Yeah, I feel like there should be no rules about it's just for this place or it's just this style. I like to appeal and hope that our products can be sold, and seen everywhere, not just one place. So I'm very open to that.
But when you go into another country and you're choosing a hotel, would you choose a neutral hotel or something very specific? I went to Japan recently, and you can go to a usual European hotel, nothing different, the classic interior. And some hotels are very authentic. They have special tatami, everything, the special windows, very Japanese-like. And whenever I go to a country, I like to choose the interiors which are specific to that country. What about you?
Well, obviously I love colour, and colour is very important to me. I wouldn't stay somewhere neutral or minimal because I love being around colour. So, maybe I might try and find somewhere pink, but in the style of that place, there's so many places that I want to visit. Japan being, Tokyo, I'd love to go and experience the culture.
It's such a beautiful place.
I love the way they use colour and texture and embellishment. And, my favourite thing to wear is a kimono because being here is just so easy to throw it on whatever you're wearing, and it's comfortable and cool, actually. I love that culture so much. Definitely one of the places I'd love to visit.
Yeah, Japan is amazing. I've been there twice, and it's really, like a separate universe.
Wow.
Very different. Especially when the sakura is in bloom. Oh my. When we were there for the first time with my husband, we missed it because, sakura blossoms at a different time and it's every year, and it was very difficult to catch it. Second time, we did catch it. And while sakura is, very, very light pink, they put special lights, which are bright pink, next to the trees. And there's a special park there, and all the trees are super brightly pink and purple. You seem to have entered the Alice in Wonderworld experience,
I love that.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely magical. I just would love to go so much.
I suggest that we start coloring
lucky.
now. We have all the markers, and Neurographics can be drawn with markers or pencils, it doesn't matter, but not the paint. Do you do painting a lot, like watercolors or something?
I work with acrylics normally, That's my favorite medium to work in. I like that you can blend it very easily, and yet it has a very dense... I love watercolors. My grandfather was a painter, and he specialized in watercolors, and we used to paint landscapes together.
In Neurographics, you must remember that it's not allowed to do mosaics, because we are trying to create new neuron connections. What have we done? So we wrote down the words that awoke the neurons that are connected to that topic. So these neurons now need to be connected to each other. We did the rounding, we harmonized them, so we took away the inner conflict. And now what we do is, with color, we connect the neighboring cells together with one color. It may be an abstract figure of some kind. Maybe it's a circle, maybe the full triangle, maybe different parts. You can use one color or different colors. But one thing is important. Neighboring cells have to be colored in the same way. Otherwise, you get a church window. That's not what we're looking for, But you're an artist, of course, so there are no rules, but that's the right approach to it. Do you like to go against the rules? And how do you live in the world where rules are important and it's not okay to break the rules, and all the people are, very nicely cookie-cut made?
I think in the design world it's fun to break the rules, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I think sometimes, sometimes that's a way of being unique, right? And you don't conform to what everyone else is doing or a particular way of doing something. You do it in your own way, and that's what I've always liked to do,
Which magazines have posted about you? And let's also talk about designers, as I'm sure that many Russian designers will be watching us, the ones who are working on interior designs. Is it necessary for a designer to be in magazines now, or is it not necessary anymore?
I think so. We've been in Harper's Bazaar Arabia, Interiors, and The Fashion, and Grazia, and Moj magazine. We've been in a few, actually quite interestingly, in the US. We have been in a few jewelry, because a lot of jewelry stores buy our gems, our gem rugs for the floor. Yeah, we sell to a lot of trade. We've been in a lot of trade gem kind of like magazines. I think, honestly, it's very different now with social media. I think it's not, it's still amazing to be featured in magazines, but I don't know how impactful it is as it used to be, But I think it's great for your brand, it's great exposure. I've always wanted to be in Vogue Living, editorial magazine, Interiors. I would love to be featured in.
When you want to be in touch with a magazine, do you have to, have a marketing budget for that, or do you wait for the magazine to approach you and suggest an interview with yourself? How does it work for you?
I think you can do both. It's worked in both of our favors. Before, people approach us, we've approached magazines. I don't think you can wait for somebody to get in touch with you. I think you, as a designer and a brand, you have to be quite proactive about contacting people, and even if you get knockbacks and people say no or you're not the right fit, you have to put yourself out there.
I don't actually know how much your accessories are, how much are they priced at? So what is the segment? Is it like luxury? Is it for the superstars, or is it approachable for regular people as well? Because it's art. It's very difficult to put a price tag on that. How do you define what your brand items are worth? How do you create the price tag?
We sell, our price point starts at kind of contemporary designer prices. It's not too expensive. We don't want to be a brand that's unapproachable. I like to create products that are not kind of too expensive for people to afford. I want to be able to meet not everybody's budget, but obviously a wide audience. One of Where the House's kind of trademarks, our rugs are art for the floor, and so they're handmade by our very, very talented artisans, you know, designed by myself, but, you know, they're handcrafted. They're very, very special pieces, and we create limited edition. So yeah, when you buy our products, it's like art for the home. It's like a piece of art, whether it's a picture for the wall, or art for the table, or art for the sofa. It's all about elevating your home and your interiors beyond what you think is possible.
What do you think? Would you consider it an investment, you know, an item which is produced exclusively by you? And would you consider it an investment, or it's just, you know, because you love it?
I think like art is an investment. It's important because it's part of, you know, it's part of your home. You see it every day, lifts your mood, makes you escape from mundane of everyday life. Our products give you happiness. And they're collection pieces, like you collect items for your closet and you have them in a beautiful arrangement. That is what we do for the home. So yeah, they are collectibles, and we only produce very limited quantities, and then we produce other collections. So when you buy into Wear the House, you really are buying something unique and special.
Do you believe that an item can be connected to a person's energy, and when the person buys that item, the person buys a piece of your energy too?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, as we know, color and the way you dress changes your mood. So when you invest in a piece from Wear the House, you know, changing the mood of your home so that you're creating a particular vibe. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Do you believe in the materialization of the thought, that when things will be happening to us in the way that we think?
Believer in manifesting, and when I dream of something, I go out there and I make it happen because I love it and I believe it, and I give it my full, you know, I give it my full energy.
I think that when you're drawing something, not necessarily neurographics, but literally anything, a certain item. Well, I was masterclass where my husband was drawing a car, and I draw Japan. And in a year I went to Japan and my husband got a car, you know, exactly the Porsche he wanted. So when we really think about our goal and add our creative energy to it, it really materializes the goal. Do you think so too?
Yeah, absolutely. The way I work, I don't draw things that, you know, obviously I draw things that are in the style of my brand. Everything I do for Wear the House is bringing enrichment to the brand, you know. All of the art that we create, it's the handwriting of the brand. So, you know, the more I paint, the more I create, the more my brand evolves. So yeah, I guess for me that would be, you know, very true.
Where would you like to open your showroom or your store? In which countries? Maybe there are showrooms that you have already. I would love to visit one. Your accessories for the house right now?
We're primarily an e-commerce brand. So we sell online. We've just designed a concept for Wear the House, which is called Jungle Bungalow. It's a place where we can collaborate with artists. It's the home of Wear the House, where you can see how we style our products and invite you into the world. This is our showroom, and obviously we, you know, sell our products worldwide. I think people shop very differently nowadays, you know. Everyone's used to shopping online, so I feel like having actual physical spaces less important nowadays. We still love that we've created this concept Jungle Bungalow, you know, so we can collaborate and our customers into our world.
Would you like to work with a restaurant or maybe a fashion show, haute couture in Dubai or in Paris? Would you like to work with some brand?
Absolutely. Collaboration is key for our brand, is key for our growth. I think collaboration is one of the most amazing things brands can do. We've actually collaborated with So Much Trouble Dubai, which is an amazing concept. It is a vintage store, a bar, a cocktail bar, and we've created signature cocktails with them. An amazing project for us, and it's great because it's two businesses that can support each other and collaborate, and who knows what other collaborations will happen. But yeah, this is super important to our brand.
And which artists are your favorites? Like your personal favorites? Modern arts, classical arts, famous. I am a big fan of Salvador Dali. I think he's very unique. I actually was given some money to buy an autograph of Salvador Dali. It's in my business office.
Wow. Amazing, yeah. I mean, he is the ultimate surrealist. His work is incredible. My favorite art, I mean, I love pop art. I love color, bold color. I have some of my favorite artists. I love an artist called Roberto Brito. He creates kind of like pop art. It's very all about black lines with colour and combines glitter. But I like current artists, contemporary artists. I think the most amazing thing about art is that there's so many contemporary artists. It's easier to collect pieces. There's so many talented artists out there, and we're lucky to, as a brand, to be able to collaborate with some amazing artists and create amazing products.
Which country would you like to live in? Which country do you spend the most time in as well?
I love living where we're currently living in Dubai. We've been here for a long time now. I have a lot to thank for living here. I think being here gave me the confidence to set up my business, Wear the House. I think entrepreneurship here is, I've never experienced entrepreneurship like this, in my home, back home. I'm not sure whether I would have had the confidence, but I think here, so many inspiring businesses and people who inspire you to take that chance. There's loads of places that I want to go and travel to, and you never know, do you, where loving a place when you visit and think I would love to live there. But I think Dubai is my happy place at the moment, so I think we are here for a while.
So now we take a thick marker, and in the next couple of minutes we will draw a thick line from bottom to the top. Same neurographic line like you've done already. It can go within the same line, or it can go anywhere you like. But it would be preferable if it goes through a triangle. Because you see, one of the lines do not go through the triangle. It would be best that it goes through triangle, the top or elsewhere. But it's important for it to go from the bottom to the top. We are telling our subconscious mind that we are growing from the bottom to the top. This is our way. This is you creating the way to the top of the triangle, to the goal that you have created for yourself. So, how did you like Neurographics? We are almost done. How do you like your drawing and the practice itself, the method?
I love it. I find it very, very relaxing. I definitely think that I will do this when I have some moments to myself, and I think it also helps you concentrate, and yeah, it's super relaxing. I love it. It's been an amazing experience. Thank you so much.
Actually, within neurographics, there are lots of algorithms. Where we are drawing at the moment, it's an algorithm as well. Yeah, it's a certain number of steps that one can follow. And those algorithms are so many for different purposes, and they look very different too. Some of them are like a circle, like a star, like a flower. They all have different meanings, and I would love you to try those because I think that will really give you an opportunity to have some freedom in finding more creativity. You are super creative already, but when you try new methods, new techniques of drawing, it may be interesting for you, I think. I would forward you the lessons. They're in English. As I'm just studying English myself, but the lessons are in English. So you can draw when you have free time. There are different algorithms because you never know what the drawing is going to be like. You start it and you just, throw the energy on it, and you just color the paper the way you want, and the drawing is always different. It's so beautiful always. I'll be very happy if you join us for the drawings. I think you're great at that. So the line is here, and now we make the triangle much thicker because this would be the main symbol on our canvas. Every symbol, as we've said, has a meaning. So what is the main figure here for us? What is the main symbol? For our subconscious mind, we are showing that this symbol is so important because we are making it thicker. We could do it to the circles as well, but then it would be about harmony. But now we are showing our subconscious mind that this thing is about growth. We need growth, that we are approaching a goal and we need to grow. So we are making the triangle thicker, and our subconscious mind thinks that we are very focused on the growth. Last question, if I may, for today. What would you advise the new designers to do, and people who have never been in design but would like to, those who are scared to start as a designer? Maybe some people don't have the education, maybe some people don't have the confidence. You probably have an advice for people like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would just throw yourself into it, honestly. Don't be scared, don't be intimidated. Enjoy the journey, the process. Get yourself out there. Collaborate. Designers and creatives are already in the industry. Something that I'm really interested in doing in Jungle Bungalow is creative classes.
By the way, I'm sorry, can Russian designers write to you and suggest, some collaborations?
Oh yeah, of course, absolutely.
We are putting the Instagram for Jennifer below this video. So if you have ideas for collaboration, please get in touch with Jennifer, and who knows, maybe you will come up with a product or a project together.
Thank you, that would be amazing.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. I hope this interview was very good for you, my dear friends. I was so happy to meet Jennifer. Let's show our art. We would be really happy to see your likes, the comments, the subscriptions, and any feedback that you have. These are the drawings that we have created, and I'm sure Jennifer will do many more creative drawings like that, and will be one of the magicians who deal with neurographics. Would you like to come to my exhibition if I have one?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay, here we are, my first guest for my first exhibition. Because, sometimes I have singers who visit me, but when a real artist visits me, it's a different thing for sure. Thank you so much for watching us. Thank you for the likes and comments, and I hope your dreams come true.
Thank you.
That's what we wish you.
Thank you so much.